essentially Coach Richt is the quarterback coach. He's the coordinator. So he's going to install this offense the way he wants them to do it, the way he wants them to run it. And really, I'm kind of an enforcer right now. As whatever he says is what I'm saying, and that's the way it's going to go, so that they're hearing one voice. And so whatever we say, that's essentially what he said. And as we get going, I'm making sure they're doing it the correct way, and I'm saying the exact same words he's saying, so that we're able to function and not give these guys too many voices. If you give a quarterback too many voices and too many choices, then these young guys, they don't necessarily know how to compute all that and take it. So right now we're trying to be one voice and kind of get it all together.
But you're both in the same room, right? You're both in the quarterback's room and stuff?
Yes, ma'am. Definitely. Okay. And we're both speaking at the same time. He does most of the installations, and he handles some things, and some things I handle. So really, for the most part, he's gonna get it in the way he wants it, and I'm gonna enforce it.
What's it like just sort of working with your dad? I mean, it's sort of different, I guess, right?
Right, it is, and you know what? It's awesome. It's one thing where, as a quarterback coming up in high school, I was getting recruited, and I ended up going to Clemson. But really, we decided once I started getting recruited, I wasn't going to get to play for him because of the things that come along with playing for your father, especially at a quarterback position. And then once we got into coaching, at Georgia, I got to go and be a quality control and do that. But once I turned 25, they had the nepotism law. And so that was kind of thrown out the window too. So I thought, in my mind, I was never going to get to do it. I was going to have to find my own way kind of through the whole deal. And when he got this job here and got this opportunity, he was able to bring me along. And so it's a blessing. It's awesome.
Do players call you Coach Richt or Coach John? Or?
I tend to get more John, and I do get Coach Richt, but we both turn our heads. And when he says yes, I kind of just let him take it over.
Now, Malik said about, you were kind of more personable with the younger guys, being that you're closer in the age group. You said you're more the enforcer, but I guess what Malik said is it's kind of like enforcer by, personality of being more personable with the guys.
Right. Well, one thing we like to do, or one thing we're going to try to do as a staff, is we're going to love these guys. So it's not necessarily being an enforcer and making sure that we're yelling at them if they're doing something wrong. It's making sure these guys understand what we're asking of them. And when that happens and you're able to build that relationship, you build that trust with these guys, that they're going to respond to it. And that's really what we're trying to do.
How would you assess some of the quarterbacks? We kind of know about Brad, but let's talk with the newcomer, Evan. Well,
Evan's new still, sort of, but
how's Jack doing?
Jack's doing good. We're actually throwing him in, getting him a lot of reps, and kind of seeing what they all can do. But he's really stepped up and done a really nice job for us. He's learning. This is the first time he's been under center. So we're asking them to be a pro-style offense, so we're asking them to be under center a little bit. And so there's a lot to learn with that, but he's doing a good job.
He was under the shotgun last year?
Yeah, he was in shotgun, so he was catching most of the snaps back here and wasn't necessarily doing the things that we were trying to ask him to do right now.
How about Evan?
Evan's doing a great job. Evan's a guy who's paying attention to detail, and he's doing a really nice job playing for us right now, and everything we're asking him to do, he's doing.
Vincent, how frustrating would it be for a guy like that who has a lot of guys in front of him, at least a couple?
Well, the nature of the position that he's at is there's going to be a lot of athletes, a lot of guys who can throw, especially at the University of Miami. We're going to have great quarterbacks no matter what. And so they're all going to come in here and compete. And right now we're seeing what every single one of them can do. Those guys are all splitting reps, and we got them on a nice little rotation. Brad's, of course, getting the ones because Brad has kind of separated himself already. And that's one thing that people have to understand is that it's not just Brad walking in being the starter. Brad has come to work every day, and he's done a good job, and he's kind of separated himself already.
What impresses you about Brad? What does he bring to the position?
Well, first of all, Brad is a hard worker. He's going to do, like we say, at our position, if they do what we ask them to do, then they're going to do well. And Brad has come in, he's worked hard, he's not fought us on anything, he's taken coaching. And, the guy, for all we know, could have came in here and been like, "No, man, I've done my part. I'm here. I've arrived." But the guy hasn't come in. He's coming in like he's a true freshman, and he's worked his tail off, and he's gone to work, and he's done what we've asked him to do.